They don't allow you to line up like you used to do. They are very specific in their directives, and they let you know you can only come up as called, and they call you in groups of 10.
You are listening to It's All Mental Podcast, a show that empowers Black and Brown females on how to maintain good mental health through personal and real-life experiences. Each week, we explore various topics that any female can relate to. I am your host, licensed professional counselor, and owner of Glass Seats, Pamela Smith.
What's up, good people? Coming to you this morning to talk about mental health and traveling in COVID. So, I've traveled a couple of times over the past few weeks, and my anxiety was a little high because I didn't know what to expect. The first time I traveled, I was in Dallas Love Field, and there was absolutely no social distancing going on at all. Now, masks were required and worn, but the social distancing aspect of it had me so anxious, I didn't know what to do. I felt like I needed to crawl inside myself. Kids were everywhere. The parents weren't really making them sit down and not be in other people's faces. So that was something that was huge for me. That's huge for me even outside of COVID. But the actual plane, I flew Southwest, and I was very pleasantly surprised. They are adhering to the no middle row access or whatever, and masks are required on the plane. So that was very good to know and experience. And I flew Southwest both times that I traveled. So it was like that both times. They don't allow you to line up like you used to do. They are very specific in their directives, and they let you know you can only come up as called, and they call you in groups of 10. So the only thing that was an issue was as soon as the plane pulls into the whatever, when you're getting ready to get off the plane, everybody still stands up. So you got the mass gathering like that. For the most part, within the city, masks are required. People were adhering to that. I don't see more of the adherence in Texas than I did in Georgia. There is hand sanitizer that is plentiful throughout airports. They even have someone standing and asking if you would like some, so therefore you don't have to touch anything. Other than that, I would have to say car rental, just same thing with the airplane. Take your wipes, wipe everything down, all the surfaces that you would touch, and go from there. Because I did have an extended stay, I did go a step further. Since I didn't have trial size disinfectant or spray or anything, I actually went to Target and purchased Clorox disinfectant spray with bleach. And I came back to my hotel room and I cleaned that room better than they did. So the only unfortunate part was because of the size of the bottle, I had to leave it there. But that was a $3.96 that was well spent. It gave me peace of mind, while I was in the room. Other than that, it was a pretty decent flight experience, traveling experience. And I made it through without falling out from anxiety. So for those of you who are interested in flying, I would definitely say look for the airlines that are committed to COVID cleanliness. For example, Southwest or Delta, that aren't doing the middle row seats. Find your hotels, research them, and see what their cleaning practices are. Bring your own stuff. If you can't bring it, buy it. Hope this helps. Have a good one.
Thanks for listening to It's All Mental Podcast. If you could do us a favor and leave a review on Apple Podcast, that would be great. Until next week, I am your host, Pamela Smith.